Hey everybody, happy Friday. Thanks for joining us here on Northern Life. Big weekend plans, either of you two going on into the weekend?
We're heading to Eagle River to visit my husband's family. Yeah, getting in what will possibly be the last pontoon ride for us of the season. We don't get out that way too often, but we just had to go back one more time because the weather looking fairly good. Just a little bit of rain chances, but
Wells like the pontoon?
I think so. Yeah. We put his life jacket on to ride on it, of course, and he didn't really love that. But once he got used to it, he loved kind of like his little hat was blowing in the breeze. Yeah, it was cute. So overall, I think he liked it. But what are you guys doing this weekend?
Costco for sure.
Ooh,
you play that game where you have to line up your groceries perfectly throughout the week to then make sure you make it to the weekend. So I think this is a good week for that. Fortunately, we made it through the week, but now I got to reload on the weekend.
So Costco's a great place to do that for sure. I'm going to be playing up at Mountain Iron Days up there at Merritt Days. That's going to be a blast on Saturday, and then Sunday's the Bloody Mary Bash. So
that's right.
That Skyline.
Stop on by.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun here this weekend. So
cool.
Very excited.
Plans.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, hey, coming up on today's show before the weekend, we got a grand opening in Lutsen. We have answers to what is a mirage, and we'll also take a look at the new Freaky Friday sequel that's opening at the box office this weekend. Also, we're going to be talking about an expert who wants people to ship them ticks in the mail.
What?
Yeah.
Like the little crawlies?
Yep,
A
the
tick?
little tiny crawlers, like said friend on the TV here.
Okay.
my.
Gross. Ooh.
Wonderful. But until then, how about a better sight? So I was enjoying a little pineapple sorbet the other night.
Sure.
Okay? Stay with me now. And I could be crazy, but I really thought that my creation that I had kind of looked like a triceratops as I was enjoying it watching the Four Seasons on Netflix. Could you guys see what I'm talking about, though?
I think you're crazy.
Yeah.
No,
Like you see the top left. The top left is the point, and slightly right of that is the the top of its head, and they got the mouth area and the nose on the bottom or the left side of the top.
Well, it's just funny because when you said that, I was expecting like a full-on artistic rendition of a triceratops, and then we get this.
Yeah, you could.
But, I mean, I can see how the little the fan thing behind his head.
Yeah.
I can see what
Sure.
you're saying. Yeah,
Gotcha.
and the horn. Yeah.
We don't have a lot of content today, do we?
A slow day in the newsroom.
Can there be a
as we
slow
get
day on
accused
Northern
of-
Life?
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
they
just
can
wanted
be,
to
but
appreciate the moment where you stop and you sometimes look at a cloud and you go, oh man, that looks like so and so.
you could even form it yourself, and it still doesn't look like a
Try to. You think I spend my evening trying to form it? I didn't spend my evening
don't know
doing
what you're
that.
up to.
I don't know,
As soon
man.
as you watching Netflix. But I stopped and then you go, oh my gosh. It's like when you're opening a bag of Cheetos
Yeah.
and one of them looks like something.
Yeah.
You could have probably kept that to yourself.
Let us know on the Northern Life text line.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
He's going to be getting a lot of yes texts right now.
So,
My sister always bites into crackers or bread or something, and it always comes out in the shape of Minnesota.
Yes!
Yeah, I think I've talked about that here on the show before, but I swear she does it on purpose, like nibbles around it to just make it so. That's why I was envisioning.
so she can show it off.
Yeah.
Just like me.
Well, it is a big weekend for football, including right here in Duluth. That's because this Saturday is the championship game over at the deck as the Duluth Harbor Monsters are going for back-to-back Arena Mania titles against the Hot Springs Wise Guys. I love these team names. They're so cool.
a great
Harbor
name.
Monsters versus the Wise Guys. I'd like to see their mascot. Anyway, tickets are on sale for $15 for tomorrow night's game. So if you want to check it out, you still have time. I've heard these games are super duper fun.
Yeah.
I have not gotten a chance to go to one yet, but kudos to the Harbor Monsters for once again making it to the championship.
Yeah, let's do it. Back-to-back Arena Mania.
They go hard too, don't they? It's,
Yeah.
I mean, are they tackling or is it like a flag football
No, they're
type
tackling.
situation? They're
Yeah.
tackling full bore out there. That's good for them. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Go get them this weekend. Meanwhile, we've almost made it to the NFL regular season. Vikings and Packers actually playing tomorrow for some preseason ball. The Pack taking on the Jets as the Vikings playing in the afternoon against the Texans. I believe the Vikings down in Minneapolis for tomorrow night's battle.
Cool. I can't believe we're at this time of year. I know we say this every time that football season rolls
Yeah.
around, and it's only preseason. I get that. What, do we have 3 weeks or 4 weeks of preseason? Maybe?
Probably
Three
three or
weeks.
four, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, is J.J. McCarthy going to be passing the ball here tonight? When is it? I'm sorry.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow night?
Yeah,
Are we going to
yeah.
be seeing J.J. McCarthy for the first time?
I would assume so.
Well, that's cool.
Let's hope. I can already smell the queso dip when the regular season starts.
Queso dip?
Hey, like when you start the season.
Oh,
and
like
you-
snacks and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, like you
Oh.
smell the snacks for like
get it.
associated with Sunday. I'm gonna stop talking about food.
Ryan's hungry.
My queso dip also looks like a Triceratops.
Oh, weird. Isn't that weird?
Back in Duluth, it's an exciting new venture for Wild State Cider. Rectangle Pizza officially opens to the public this weekend. They're hosting a 2-day grand opening party on Saturday and Sunday. So they said they hope to see you soon for some pizza-flavored friendship. I like
Whoa.
that slogan, yeah. And this is fun. I love when, the breweries or the cideries open up some food options there too. That looks tasty as well, that pizza,
yummy.
man.
Why does it smell like that? Is it some kind of word association thing with, I don't know, like
rectangle with like a W?
with a W, yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph?
Wreck-It Ralph, perhaps?
maybe.
Okay. And they are little rectangles, right? Like little rectangle
I could-
pizzas?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Interesting.
Rectangle doesn't have a W.
No, it doesn't. No. But yeah, why would it be wrecked? Like,
Oh, our director
what I mean?
Shania said you're gonna
Yeah.
wreck some pizza.
Sure.
I see it.
Makes
I'm gonna
sense.
wreck that thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I say that often.
Smart. Well, here's something new for maybe refreshing for your summer. Smoothie King and Kraft Heinz partnering to introduce a ketchup smoothie. With the question, if tomatoes are a fruit, is ketchup a smoothie? The ketchup smoothie is available now at Smoothie King locations nationwide.
They put sugar in it? Like, because you put sugar on a tomato, it's not the worst thing in the world. Have
No.
you guys ever had that in your lives?
Doesn't it? I have
Your tummy on
not
earth?
sugared up my tomato, no. But doesn't ketchup have sugar in it to start?
It does.
Yeah,
I think it
okay.
does, yep.
So are you telling me that I should basically drink some frozen ketchup?
I feel like
That's disgusting.
you can do that at home though. You can just have like tomato juice.
That's true.
Yeah, or put ketchup in a glass and then put it in your
Right.
freezer.
Yeah.
For
Try it
some
out later.
reason, tomato juice and like the Bloody Marys like we'll be having this weekend, that sounds fine. Smoothie, I can't do with it.
No.
Doesn't sound too good.
We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Up the North Shore, the much-anticipated grand opening celebration of Charlie's Alpine Bistro at Lutsen Mountains is happening this afternoon. Just 2 years since the famed Papa Charlie's was lost to a fire, the new Charlie's Alpine Bistro is open with an elevated design to bring both comfort and style to Minnesota's North Shore. The grand opening celebration is free and open to the public from 2 to 4 today, with food and beverages available on a first-come, first-served basis. And look at this.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Oh my
Very
gosh.
pretty.
We go up to Lutsen every year, me and my buddies, and the past couple of years weren't able to enjoy Papa Charlie's. So it's very cool that that's reopening. I hope that they still have a stage because it was a really cool band venue as well, going up the North Shore. So we'll have to see what's going on. Right over there.
I'm good. Just break in the desk. We're fine.
Hopefully they have a stage so that we
Yeah.
can see some awesome bands.
Yeah, did you play there before?
We never did up
Okay.
that way, but maybe now with the new Papa Charlie's, so we'll have to see the
Yeah.
bistro, and that sounds cool.
Yeah,
fancy.
especially with fall just around the corner too, up the North Shore.
Yes.
Always a good
Yeah.
time to check it out. Maybe you're going up their chairlift gondola thing.
Yeah.
Get a little Papa
Beautiful.
Charlie's.
That'd be
or
great.
Charlie's Bistro after that.
Well, let's stay in that area after we talked about our Your Town show coming up next month, up the shore even further in Grand Marais. We got a few text messages from Judy out there. She told us, hello, we live in Lutsen and we absolutely love your show. We built and moved from the cities 3 years ago
Cool.
and we love it. Not only did she send us that text, she also sent us a list of the 10 things she loves about Grand Marais, or things you can find in and around the area of Grand Marais. I know one of them, obviously, the North Shore Winery in Lutsen, up the North Shore, which is always a fantastic outing. She's also saying, a lot of rooftop areas to enjoy in the Grand Marais
Yeah,
area.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Where are we going live from? Do you know? down Grand
Still working that out. So
Okay.
if anyone has any suggestions, for sure, feel free to let us know. I know back in 2019 we did a little spot that was just to the east of the Angry Trout Cafe, and it was
Sure.
so cute.
Yeah.
I loved it, and the view was so pretty. So maybe looking at that spot again,
That'd be
or
cool.
one of those rooftop patios could be cool too.
Yeah. What's the name of the brewery up there? Voyager Brewing?
Voyager
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got good stuff
Got
too.
some good beer up there,
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I've been doing research on story ideas, and I just keep coming up with these new businesses that have
Yeah.
been opening in Grand Marais. There's like a Grand Marais Barbell, Crosby Bakery, all these sorts of
Cool.
things that have just opened up in the last couple years or
that's
year or
awesome.
so.
And
So
Hunter
it's
was
growing
just
fast.
up there too.
I was
that's
the
right.
Fisherman's Picnic. That was an absolute blast as well. Ton of people up there. Business is booming, and
Cool.
it's a beautiful city. It
Yeah,
really
it really
is.
is.
Love that area up there. Let's learn something new on this Friday. It's a sight for sore eyes until it isn't. Dan Smith shows how a mirage works.
It's an optical illusion that has vexed many a weary traveler, except it's technically not an illusion at all. This week, we're exploring the science behind a mirage. Chances are you've noticed those wavy, hazy views on the horizon on a hot summer's day. They're real images reflecting real objects, but how can that be? Let's go back to a classic simple demonstration, a pencil and a glass of water. Notice how the top and bottom just don't line up from this angle? That's because the light is refracted, slowing down as it passes through mediums of different density, in our case, air and water. That creates a very specific angle the light now bends to, leading to that warped perspective. It's the same thing in a glass prism, refracting white light to split it into all its colors with different wavelengths at different speeds. Great for impressing your friends or traveling to the dark side of the moon. How does that translate to the horizon, though? Well, you're still just looking through air the entire time, after all, but the hot ground means there can be a big difference in temperature just in the first few feet above the surface. As you heat up a substance like water vapor, the molecules tend to get farther and farther apart, and therefore your medium gets less and less dense. The near-surface hot air causes the light to bend and gives the effect of an imperfect mirror image, even as some of the light beams travel perfectly straight where you can still see the object normally, as it is in real physical space. The sky immediately above the horizon is often what's refracted and looks like surface water in the distance. That's what's called an inferior mirage, but how about a superior one? Sometimes the air below your line of sight is colder than the air above, so there's a temperature inversion. That means your mirage ends up hovering over the real object, and a more complex version can make more layers, both upright and inverted. Sometimes called Fata Morgana, named after King Arthur's shape-shifting half-sister, this phenomenon likely gives rise to the old Flying Dutchman myth, among other ghost ships. So the next time you look out in the distance to a shimmering summer sheen, hopefully you're already well hydrated, because odds are that's not an oasis of fresh water. For this week's Moment of Science, I'm Dan Smith.
That was really interesting. We see that all the time on Lake Superior with ships. Oh, they look like they're in the clouds, actually. But no, that's just a mirage. Obviously, they're not in the clouds, I guess. But, yeah.
I mean, as a kid, I think that was always something that always, interested me was you go, why does that even happen?
Yes.
Now, I could not say back to you why that is after watching Dan Smith's thing. Very intelligent man.
Very smart.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that graph that he made.
I know, when that came up, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I like the video of the camels, though. That was fun.
That was fun. I love a good camp. I always love a good camp.
Well, hey, if you're like me, sometimes the crowds at the Minnesota State Fair can stress you out. So it sounds like actually this year for 2 days, the Fraser Sensory Building down at the State Fair will provide a space where you can meet therapy dogs. They'll be providing calming support, that is. They'll be there on August 25th, and it sounds like they'll also be there on September 1st.
What a good idea, because yeah, you're right. It can be stressful at the State Fair with so many people.
Guess what? That building will probably have a crowd inside of that building, so
Yeah, right?
you'll need even more therapy dogs.
Jeez.
Still ahead, people are shipping ticks. We'll tell you why after the break. More than 2 decades after they co-starred together as the body-swapping mother and daughter duo in Freaky Friday, Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis are now returning to the big screen together. The sequel, Freakier Friday, will be released in theaters today. The 2003 movie is based on the 1972 novel of the same name. And in addition to Lohan and Curtis, much of the cast from the original film will be reprising their roles in this new version, incling Chad Michael Murray.
Yeah, how about that?
Interesting. I haven't seen the original one in so long.
I was like,
even
it's
remember.
lower.
Oh, no, I've seen it. But I didn't even remember Chad Michael Murray was in that
didn't
movie.
either.
Yeah,
Yeah, because he fell in love with her mom.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
right.
think.
While they
Okay.
were flipped.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mother
okay.
flipped.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So.
Lindsay Lohan, it sounds like she's doing pretty good now. I heard that, which is very good.
Right.
Good news. I'm
Yeah,
hoping she's doing very well.
Yeah,
So-
no, I think so.
Yeah.
She's been in some
yeah.
recent ads for
Yeah, a
something or
lot of
other, and I
ads.
saw her and
Yes.
I'm like, is that Lindsay Lohan? She's like blonde now.
Yes.
Isn't she? Very different.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Doing great. Let's turn to health news today. A professor at Johns Hopkins wants to help you better understand ticks, even accepting samples from the public. Brianna Ross shows us how you can get involved in the research.
Inside Dr. Douglas Norris's lab at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, you'll see a healthy stack of envelopes, not with letters inside, but with ticks.
They're creepy for most people. but they transmit a lot of pathogens.
Norris started accepting ticks in the mail last year. You can send him any tick you find. It's part of a partnership between the Johns Hopkins Lyme and Tick-Borne Diseases Research and Education Institute and the Maryland Department of Health to help identify ticks and learn more about the diseases they carry.
The big one would be black-legged ticks. These are commonly associated with Lyme disease, and that's the biggest, by far the biggest, tick-borne disease here in Maryland as well as nationally. And then the Lone Star ticks, which are pretty common here in eastern Maryland and the Eastern Shore, and that's associated with alpha-gal allergy, so the red meat allergy, which many people are very worried about. It's an American dog tick.
It comes as we're seeing an uptick in tick bites, leading to emergency room visits. In May, the CDC reported tick bites made up 134 of every 100,000 visits, the highest rate since 2019.
Ticks that bite humans tend to be pretty small. And so is it just more concern? So they go to the ER rather than just discarding the tick and not worrying about it.
But Norris says ticks are something to worry about because they can make you very sick.
The best prevention is to not get bitten by ticks. So to find them early, do tick checks if you're out and about in any environment that has grass or vegetation.
Our director Shania couldn't even watch that story. She said she was looking at a different screen.
Really?
Doesn't like ticks.
Oh, Shania, come on, it's a part of living up here.
What, do you like it?
I don't mind them.
Show me the ticks.
They are the worst. They
Yeah.
really are, honestly. And it's hard to find them on your body when you have ticks on you, and it's the worst. Absolutely.
I saw one crawling up my wall the other
Really?
day in the house. Yeah, it was gross. It probably came in on like one of our dogs or something. But I just,
Gross.
bleh.
Wow.
Yeah, not
Well,
good.
it sounds like if you have a tick you would like to mail to Dr. Norris, you can fill out a form on the Maryland Department of Health's website. I'm sure he'll probably accept it. Johns Hopkins also has a tick tracker where you can see just how many ticks have been found and where they have been found as well.
Or you can flush them down the toilet.
Yeah.
That's what I usually do.
You
Send
can
them
also
that
do
way.
Yes.
Grab the hammer and hit them as hard as you possibly can. Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, stick around. We have a few fun stories before we call it a weekend.
Welcome back. History about to be made on the diamond this weekend because for the first time ever, a woman will be umpiring a Major League Baseball regular season game. Jen Paywall will be a member of the umpiring crew on Sunday, calling balls and strikes between the Braves and Marlins. She's been steadily climbing the ranks, and as for her message to everyone, she says Major League Baseball is ready for women, and it is a welcoming environment.
That's great.
Fantastic
Yeah,
news.
you'd love to see it. There's been, some referees in the NFL who have been women, and so very cool to see it now expanding to some of the other big four sports. I don't know if I've ever seen a female referee in hockey.
Not yet.
I'm not sure about hockey, basketball for sure.
Basketball?
Basketball,
Okay.
yep.
Very good. Before we go today, remember to lock your doors out in the country, not because of just humans, but because of wildlife too. There was a black bear caught on camera opening the door of a house in Colorado, as wildlife authorities have warned of bears' general ability to learn how to enter buildings. And this guy, it looks like he's an old pro.
Oh my gosh! I've got, of course, bear quarrels out in the woods.
yeah.
I don't take my garbage out until it's actually garbage day. I leave it in the porch. So I got to really lock my door and make sure that they don't get in the porch and get in the garbage.
That would be bad.
Did you ever find that bin?
No, I never did. It's still out there somewhere.
Oh, man.
So
Sad.
bring it back, Bear. Thanks for joining us this week. We love you.
We'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.